brought to you by Express Care Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
All right, Hafaday, and welcome back, everybody. It's Healthy Living Tuesday, and Dr. Jitka Lom from Express Care is here. And Doctor, we have our questions, and these graphics were very generously generated by our own Jamil Justice, so let's go ahead and get to that. You can hear him back in the back right now. Our first question is from Dan from Assen, and Dan asks, are there any herbal supplements I can take to boost my energy levels as far as fatigue goes?
There are. Ginseng would be one. There are a lot of caffeine supplements, green tea, a lot of energy boosting drinks and so on. They are temporary. You can use them for a short period of time if you're having a difficult time for 1 week or 2 weeks, but not for long-term use. Most of them will stimulate up your adrenal gland to pump out a lot more cortisol in your system, and that's good for a short term, but long term it will burn them out and give you even more fatigue. So for short-term use only.
Is guarana safe?
Yeah, I think so, for short term.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, question number 2 comes to us from the central village of Jodnia, and this question is from a gentleman named Lucas, and Lucas asks, Dr. Lom, is it true that alcohol and caffeine can cause fatigue?
They can. 2 reasons. One, both of them are dehydrating. Alcohol is also a depressant. It starts off making you feel good and then ends up depressing you, so that's not very healthy for your mental health and then for your energy level. And then the other thing is that again, caffeine will stimulate up your adrenal gland, force you to pump out a lot of adrenaline, which you know is your fight or flight hormone, and so you'll feel good, boosted up for a short time, and then what people do is they start crashing and have another Mr. Brown and another cup of coffee and just basically be stacking till they really burn out, and no amount of caffeine is going to overcome that at the end.
And at the end of the day, this makes it rather hard to actually get good sleep, right? Because
Absolutely.
You'll still be wired to some degree.
You'll be wired, and so then you need sleeping pills to knock you out and caffeine in the morning to get back going, and you're in a really bad vicious cycle. So a better way would be to just, when you're tired, especially in the afternoon, have a small protein snack, a little bit of peanut butter or a little piece of meat with a sandwich or something like that. Take a big, huge glass of water. Most of us are dehydrated. And take a big breath and a short walk, maybe even a short nap. 10-15 minute cat nap. If you really want to boost your energy, that's a great way to do it.
Okay, let us go to question number 3 now, and this comes from John, who writes from Tumon, and John asks, Dr. Lom, is it true that shift work can cause me to be fatigued? I guess having a regimented schedule.
Yeah, extremely. Shift working is really difficult. It's been shown to shorten your lifespan if you're a long-term shift worker because of the disruption in your sleep. Sleeping time is resting time, and it's also healing and regenerating time for our body when our body systems are allowed to rest and replenish themselves. So if you're constantly shifting, your circadian rhythm, which is the rhythm that we are in based on the sunlight, the daylight hours, is all messed up, and shift workers experience disrupted sleep and a lot of stress on their body from that, and fatigue. So there are actually new medications out that are specifically for shift worker syndrome to help them both stay awake and go to sleep. But in general, the recommendation is try to make your shift don't switch it on the weekend. You know, if you're off, still stay on your regular shift worker schedule. If you're a night worker, stay on the night shift over the weekend. And then try to keep the lights really off, really dark during your sleeping time, even if that's during the day. So those are the recommendations, but shift work is very harmful to your health over the long term.
Did not know that, so that is really interesting. Okay, question number 4 is from Tamuning, so next to Tumon, and Anna asks, I just returned from a 2-week trip in the States. Am I feeling jet lagged or am I feeling fatigued?
Maybe a bit of both.
Yeah, everybody knows that feeling. You know, you go there and you just can't be yourself.
Yeah, it's kind of like the shift worker thing, but short term, thankfully. We should all thank the shift workers for helping us. But anyway, back to the jet lag. As far as jet lag, you know, you should recover from that within the week. Maybe you had a very stressful event when you were off island and you're still recovering from that. But again, getting into a routine where you're getting up early morning, you're getting a good walk in the morning, or at least getting some sunshine in the morning, drinking a lot of water, and getting plenty of rest, getting back into your normal schedule. Within 2 weeks, you should be back to normal.
Okay, question number 5, second to the last one, comes from Jerry. Jerry says, I'm not very athletic. Can that be contributing to my feeling of fatigue.
Completely. If you don't use your muscles, they don't help you. So you need to continually, mobilize your body. So if you don't have to be, an Olympic athlete, but you should be moving your body every single day. 30 minutes, walk, run, swim, do something. And so yes, if you're sort of not doing that, you're relaxing too much, you're not moving your body, your muscles will atrophy, meaning your muscles will get weak. Then when you try to use them, they're not there for you. So get back into it.
The body is a temple, of course. All right, our last question comes to us from Dale. Down in Malolo, and Dale says, I wake up tired every day, Dr. Lom. Are energy boosters like 5-hour energy safe to take? Coming back to the thing about drinks.
Short term, if you're waking up tired every single morning, the top 2 reasons are, number 1, you're not getting enough sleep, or it's not restful sleep. Maybe you're staying up too late, or maybe you're drinking too much coffee, like we said. Second reason is depression. And again, mental health has a tremendous impact on our energy level and on our overall sense of well-being and our health. And so I think if you're needing energy boosters for more than a couple of days, or you're just constantly pumping yourself with them, it's time for a checkup.
Okay, and our last question comes to us from Jason Salas from Harmon, who asks, Dr. Lom, is there anything about medicine you do not know?
Oh my goodness. Yes, there is.
Okay.
This is the most humbling profession to be in, because every day you're faced with things that you do not know the answers to. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go look for them.
All right.
Or ask others who might know.
And the biggest room in the world is a room for improvement.
Absolutely. This is the biggest school.
There you go.
Thank
okay,
you.
well, doctor, thank you so much for your information. This was certainly helpful.
Thank
and
you.
you can actually find all the doctor's tips on our Facebook page, or check us out at youtube.com/KUM News. Stay tuned. We will be right back after this.